And we are live here at Talladega Superspeedway for the MartinPC.com Talladega Double. That's right, double. Two 40-lap races around this 2.66 mile super speedway. I'm Joshua Coppenall. I'm joined by Olivia Hayward. Olivia, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm not sure I'm quite ready for what we're about to see, but it's going to be a wild one, that is for sure. A reminder, this is our regular season finale for the BSR Grid Network Truck Series this season. So any driver who can make a big jump or potentially grab themselves one of those wildcard spots has everything to gain here. It is going to be interesting to see how that affects the dynamic.
Yes, it is going to be an exciting show tonight with drivers, trying to punch their ticket into the playoffs. This is the last opportunity, or the last two opportunities, rather, to make it happen. And I'm very excited to see how tonight will play out. Qualifying is getting underway, and so we are going to see how the field will be set for the first of the Talladega Double races here in just a moment.
There's a few factors for this sort of late qualifying. First of all is who wants to qualify and who is going to choose to start towards the tail end of the field. I will say there are stage points still available for both of these races, which means you have to be at the front by lap 10 to pick up those stage points. It's kind of a wild one. But if you do want to try and set the fastest lap in qualifying, you take that big, wide run-up, of course. You decide which lap you're going to go for. I tend to think lap 1 is a little bit better. The tires are a little bit cooler. They don't have as much friction with the surface. And then it's just about, once you dive down to start the lap, being absolutely smooth on the wheel. You can afford to drift up on corner exit about a lane if you need to do that to keep the wheel smooth, but scrub off as little speed as possible. And of course, all these trucks are equal, and so it's all about the hands of the driver to work out who will put it on pole.
We are watching Alonso Chicano as his first lap was around the top, so Alonso going to elect for a second lap qualifying run here as that first lap a 55.728, currently P1, but nobody else has taken time just yet. I am curious to see if it is going to be a first lap qualifying run or a second lap qualifying run. I know a lot of drivers prefer to do it in first lap. Some prefer to do it in second lap. Quite honestly, I don't know what I would be doing if I was out there right now, but Alonso deciding to try it on 2 laps.
Yeah, and of course the other factor that does come into play here is the weather, and specifically just what wind you happen to catch coming through your lap, whether it can switch at the right time to give you a tailwind down maybe the long back straightaway. It can be a big factor, and ultimately that can have a big impact on lap times. You know, a few come in here. Gabe Pizola, in fact, is going to be the fastest. Alonso coming in third fastest in this group, just behind Jonathan Jordensmeyer. Here we are watching, I believe that is Justin Rowe in a new look 76 machine. We'll see what he can do. This is lap number 1 of his, but of course he is cutting down to start a second lap. He'll have just enough time to get it done.
Surratt goes 7th quick on his first lap. Points leader. And one of only 2 drivers locked into the playoffs tonight. Or has already punched their ticket into the playoffs. So does not have to worry about anything tonight, does Justin Rott. The other being Micah Walls.
Uh, they have one thing to worry about, and that's bragging rights between the two of them, who can get the regular season title.
Yes.
There, I believe, is around about 20 points right now. So, a little bit of a gap to overhaul.
Justin Rott on the front straightaway. Going to see him cutting down onto the apron. Not allowed in real life, but perfectly legal here in iRacing. And P2 for Justin Rott.
Good lap.
Van Oostendorp goes top of the board. 54.961.
Those two drivers are only drivers below 55 seconds on this lap, so the track definitely getting better. Not enough time to finish the run there for Tristan Maher. Did get that first lap in, but it was only good enough for 13th place. And that is going to decide our grid for race 1 of 2 here tonight.
And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup. That's a camera view. Okay, anyway, Travis Van Oostendorp is on the pole. Justin Rott will start in second. Third place, Rivers Jones and Gabe Cazola going to start in fourth. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer going to start from the fifth position. William Kempf starts sixth tonight. Alex Kerfan will start seventh. Lyndon Bingaman will start eighth. Ninth place, it's going to be Aaron Von Druska. And Cody McCorkle will start in that 10th position.
It'll be Alonso Chicano who will start on the inside of row number 6 with Michael Walls currently setting the championship on the outside. Tristan Maher will start in 13th with David Durand on his outside in row number 7. Then we have Justin Durand and Levi Poland electing not to set lap times. They'll start towards the back along with Stephen Thornton, who rounds out your field tonight.
Now, I will say I'm a little confused at one thing, and that is Alonso Chicano being here in this first race. I know there was some questions as far as he's got a suspension, and he was questioning if he could race on the first one and serve as a suspension in the second one. I didn't think that was going to happen, but maybe it has happened. But I will say, since it seems like this is the case, Alonso does have a one-lap hold as part of his penalty. So, Alonso, you're gonna see him come down on pit road and serve a one-lap penalty. Actually, I think gonna start from the pits.
I believe that is how that is going to be enforced here. I believe you just have to roll off pit lane as the field comes to finish lap number 1. I could be wrong, been wrong before, but I think that is how it's going to work. I also have Lyndon Bingaman as being moved to the tail end and does have a drive-through to serve on this opening lap, and so watch out for the 35 as well, hoping for a caution to bring himself back in. Of course, we mentioned the stage at lap 10. There'll be no caution to bunch everyone back up at that moment, unless they decide to be a little bit too aggressive racing back for those points.
So we are getting ready to go green here at Talladega for the first of 2 races in the Talladega Double. Well, the MartinPC.com Talladega Double. And, of course, it is Travis Van Oostendorp and Rivers... Justin Rott, rather, on the front row. Wait.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what was going on there, but okay. Anyway. Van Oostendorp and Rott on the front row. Jones and Cazola, row 2. As mentioned, a whole lot of goat up there in the top 5. We'll see how well they work together tonight. 40 laps make up tonight's distance for the first and second race. 80 laps total. Pace car is into the safety of pit road. We are getting ready to see these guys go green as it is waving. Here we go at Talladega. Very even start. Here comes Justin Rott. Off that outside line, Justin Rott getting command of this race with Gabe Cazzola pushing him. Those two are going to get clear and head down to the bottom line.
Great work from Gabe there. It's all about how close that second driver can follow. That was a very even start. It let the pushers get there early, and Gabe has just been tucked underneath the whole way. Now finally detaches, tries to find a little bit of air on that radiator, and now Van Oostendorp and Jones are going to try and fly right back through it. In fact, the 23 is going to lead lap number 1 at the end of all that.
That is just crazy that he was able to do so, and I thought it was going to be these guys just going single file and working together as a team. They are all a part of GOAT, but no, they're actually going to be double file here, and maybe this is part of their strategy too, control multiple lines. This way, if they want to pass you, they're going to have to go in that third lane to do so, but what a side draft there by Van Oostendorp onto Jonathan Jurgensmeyer.
Yeah, it is very, very aggressive early, and again, the reason for that is how early the stage is going to be. It's 10 laps. We're already 2 laps in. There's the only reason to be cautious in these open up is to keep the truck in one piece, but especially for drivers who aren't racing for a playoff spot, they want to go for glory here. They can make these early moves, and David Durand is going to try and make that third lane around the outside, but there's no one there in support right now. He's doing a great job holding on level with the 4th cars in line underneath, but he really needs someone to give a little bit of support, and it looks like Tristan Maher is going to give a little bit of a chance. And in fact, Withers Jones was considering jumping up to the high side, will drop back down, as does Durand. And now Maher's stuck on the top side.
Maher stuck out there, and I think that's Poland as well. Maher
on that 3 up front.
Justin Rock kind of stuck in the sucker hole. William Kempf gets up here and is pushing Rivers Jones now. Van Oostendorp, he's going to go up high to block that high line. Here comes Justin Raw once again, going 3 wide on the outside.
Big moves from our championship leader, wanting another win on the season to finish out the regular season schedule. Of course, get plenty of playoff points for that regular season title and your position in the standings, but you pick up a good number of points for stage wins and for race wins as well. That would make his job a little bit easier. I think in the second round, because am I mistaken in saying that the winner gets a bye into the round of 7?
Good question.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Jonathan Jurgensmeyer goes to the outside of Gabe Cazzola. So now Jurg controlling that outside line and looking for the race lead as well. He's got it. Barely. Van Oostendorp pushing Jurg. Almost clear of Gabe Cazzola. And Justin Raw once again trying to make a third line. He doesn't, but he looked.
And confirm that would be the battle between Walls and Raw to try and get locked into that round of 7 immediately. They don't have to fight for anything in that first round if they are the regular season champion. Is then, of course, stage win for 1 playoff point and a race win gets you 3 playoff points along with your regular season finishing position. So the second place driver would be in a great spot to start the playoff round every round, but would, in theory, still have a chance of being eliminated in the first round.
Man, a lot to look forward to as we continue on this quest to crown a champion. But tell you what, it's getting close to the end of this stage. A very, very short stage.
It is, and yeah, I really don't expect. We've lost Tristan Maher from this group. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Trucklet's in one piece, but he's fallen off the back of the group. So there's 14 trucks racing for 10 spots to pick up stage points. Gabe Zola currently leads that inside line with Alex Kerfen behind. Jordensmeyer trying to fight back in that middle group with William Kempf in tow. And then Travis Van Oostendorp and Justin Rourke trying to make a miracle happen on the high side.
Tell you what, if I am Tristan Maher, I'm actually kind of grateful for losing the draft here. These guys are 3 wide, 3 rows deep, and they are catching a slower truck of Lyndon Bingaman, who had to serve a penalty to start the race. These guys are also racing with such aggression as they are coming to the end of the stage. So if I'm Tristan Maher, I think I'm going to feel safe here. I mean, look at this just chaotic mess.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to catch Bingaman in the tri-oval. So Bingaman has a chance to drop down to the 8th lane instead of go up to the wall. It is 4 lanes here, but a late move the drivers have to react to, and it pinches on exit. Durand might have to slot in behind. They're gonna just about manage it before entering turn number 1. That's that potential issue dispatched. But now they've got 2 laps to race back around to the green and checkered flag. It's Van Oostendorp with a bit of a breakaway right now, with Jordensmeyer behind. Is the 0-0 going to try and go for a move to the high side to try and take this stage win?
Here comes Justin Rott with help from Kempf. They were starting to have some steam on that outside line. Now about David Durand, he is amazing at these plate style races as well. David Durand would love to claim yet another win.
White flag in the stage right now, and there's a pop from Gabe Tuzola, goes to the high side. Going to get some help from Justin Rourt here to try and move around. There's a block from Van Oostendorp. That was aggressive. Has to move back down, trying to play both lanes. And Cazorla gets stuck behind, but it kills the momentum of the lane. It gets turned into Jordensmeyer. The caution will fly. And that is a couple of trucks that did not need an incident that early. That was aggressive from the 23 there.
My goodness.
Justin Rourt that wins the stage after all of that.
Let's take a look at what happened. It was Van Oostendorp was blocking, trying to find a lane to go to. See, he just got turned. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer also involved.
And it's terrible for Jurg because he was at the front of that train doing a great job pushing. It's just Gabe doesn't get properly hooked up after the big move from Van Oostendorp, tries to force it, I think, and ends up spinning the 23 around and into the 0-0. The 30 pushes the 0-0 over, but I think actually avoids picking up significant damage. It's really just those 2 trucks that got the worst of it. But no meatballs in place, so they might be able to get it fixed up and have a chance to race this one back. That will be the end of the first stage. We do have of course, an unscheduled caution. And from what I was looking at in the data before the race, it should be a 30 to 35 lap fuel window. And so this is a perfect chance to fill up on fuel, get those repairs done if you need to, and hopefully run to the end of race number 1.
Yes. This is a perfect time for this to come out for sure. And Lyndon Bingaman going to be the free pass. Alonso Chicano going to be stuck 1 lap down unless he takes a wave around. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, it looks like he's going to... So he's looking to get back on the lead lap by taking this wave around. He's going to need some help.
Yeah. So, of course, looking off Bingaman, Chicano taking a wave, he's going to be a little bit short on fuel. But there is one caution to help out. He'll probably need, I think he'll need another to make that pit stop. But he's going to hang out there as long as he can, possibly into the final 5 laps of the race. Because the longer he waits, and the closer we get to the check-in, the more chance there is of an instant sparking to caution and giving him a chance to get back on even footing with this group. A few drivers, it looks like, at the front of the field went for fuel only. The tyres should not be of significant wear here. And a couple might have taken 2 to they had the time for it. But a few drivers further back decided, well, we have the extra sets, we didn't have too much track position already, we may as well use them. As we mentioned, Van Oostendorp, Rivers Jones as well, and Jonathan Jordensmeyer, all still down on pit road, getting some additional work done.
So this race, it is the MartinPC.com Talladega Double. If you are in the market for a gaming PC, head on over to MartinPC.com, where Brian Haynes will get you taken care of and get you a pretty good PC that can support iRacing. If you want to get into this, or you're already into this and need to upgrade, or maybe you want something for just regular gaming, Brian Haynes definitely will get you taken care of. And Alonso Chicano going to come down pit road, so actually not going to be on the lead lap.
I guess he knows he's going to be the lucky dog next time by if there's a caution anyway. So if he's relying on there being a caution, he may as well get on even fuel and just run with the group, as things are right now. But yeah, I mean, they keep increasing that model count in iRacing. They've had a test for 17 this weekend because they accidentally went above their old pre-defined limit of 16. And other trucks as well. We're probably expecting another manufacturer to be added to the grids for next year. So gotta make sure that PC is up and running and ready to handle it.
So we are gonna go green with 27 to go, and I'm wondering if we're gonna see another yellow. I mean, I talked about this earlier. These races could go either way. They could go green the entire way, or they could have some cautions. Well, this race, we've already had one caution. This driver's just being super aggressive to get to the stage win. Now it's 27 to go when we go back green. As mentioned, do you take a breather? Do you wait until it gets even later into the race to start being more aggressive? I mean, there's not a lot of time.
That is true. I think the main saving grace that might help us get some green flag rain here is there's also it's a fairly thin field, which means you don't have to work your way through 30 trucks to get to the lead of the group, you can be a bit more patient, keep yourself midfield, and then with one well-timed run, you can deal yourself into the picture. It is going to be one fuel run with no fuel saving. That does tend to lead to more aggression. But you've got to make sure that all four corners stay on your truck by the time you get to the end so you can fight for that win. That is the crucial thing. We'll see how these drivers choose to handle it as Justin Roth. It's a great jump, maybe too good of a jump on the restart there. William Kempf is going to get dropped potentially. We'll have to play the lanes to not get overrun as the draft catches back up to him.
I was going to say that outside line was going to be the line that probably was the better end of things, but nobody's really attached to each other except for Cazzola and Kempf. Look at this, William Kempf. And here comes an outside line. Vondruska getting up there. Michael Walls. Maher. Everybody.
And we saw in the initial start how good of a pusher Cazzola is. He gave such a good run on lap number 1 of the race. Maybe was a bit too aggressive when it came to the end of the stage, but has that motive. He's going to be pushing the whole way, for better or worse. And right now, it is helping out William Kemp to take the race lead.
And he's going to get it. I think Cazzola wanted to force Kempf down there, too. He kind of took a peek to the outside, which forced Kempf to go ahead and jump down in front of Justin Roth. Otherwise, he would have been stuck in that middle line, known as the sucker hole, as DW would say. But, you know, that outside line, it's starting to come back forward. Gabe Cazzola side by side with Kempf.
And it's that side draft that can be so important if you want to be aggressive in making these lines work. There's the move from Justin Roth up in front of Cazzola. That's going to check up the outside lane, and they go 3 wide in response. Now Michael Walls trying to get a move done. That side draft, not quite how it works in real life in the Gen 6, Gen 7 cars. You are bringing yourself forward. You're sort of attaching yourself to the slipstream bubble of the car ahead and trying to get that slingshot around them. And it can gain you a lot of speed. You can end up almost running a little bit faster side by side than you would if you were just running single file in these cars. There we go, drops. Justin Roth does. Gabe Cazzola goes with Micah instead, and now that sucker hole, once again the 76 struggling in there.
William Kempf loving what he sees, and that is nobody out front of his windshield. Everybody behind him, but here comes that outside line again with Cazzola and Roth. And I believe that's Vondruska in the 88. Yes, it is. In that middle line, they're going to get pulled back up side by side with Kempf. And Tristan Maher, the 17 yellow truck, stuck on that outside line. Going to have to jump back into line. Couple drivers off the draft. The 84 of Steve Thornton and the 00 of Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Everybody else in the lead draft, including Alonso Chicano. Cazzola almost turned himself across William Kempf's nose, and now he's going to be in the sucker hole as Roth moves to the outside. And Michael Walls going to pick up Cazzola so he doesn't lose a ton of time. Alex Kerfan, the Daytona winner, he makes the move to the middle line. He wants a piece of the lead.
And it can be so difficult to try and pick up a driver like that when they are falling backwards. The momentum difference is just so huge. Walls didn't quite get the cleanest bump, but made sure to lift off a bit so that it didn't overpower the 95, and they kept it going. And they've converted this really well, because now they're second and third. Kerfan's in the lead. Now Walls goes to the outside to try and get this going. And William Kemp on the inside is wondering what the hell just happened.
Gabe Cazzola moves to the inside of Kerfan. Kerfan's going to be picked up by Maher. Elevator drop by Michael Walsh to take the lead. Leading the bottom line. And Gabe Cazzola, not sure what he's doing. 3 wide for the race lead. We're not even halfway yet.
There's a big block to be making for not being halfway. In the end, it's Kerfan who always seems to be on the right end of things right now, getting pushed by Tristan Maher in that middle groove. And it's about how well those two trucks can work together in those positions. We've seen Kerfen do a great job leading the lane. We've seen Gabe on the low side do a great job pushing. Who can do the better job right now? And Van Oostendorp, who, remember, got taken out in that first wreck to end the stage, is charging back through and might be in the middle to take this race lead.
And he is trying. He has an 18 of Rivers Jones behind him. Justin Rohr comes up to block. Van Oostendorp goes even higher. This is what having a wide Talladega will do. And oh my goodness, these GOAT guys are not playing around.
It's not paid off for Micah there. He tried to block, didn't have the line, and just put himself in the middle. Instead, he's fallen back down the order. Now Van Oostendorp leads with Rourke behind Cazzola as the third, but does not want to stay there. And Van Oostendorp hits Cazzola there in the bad stretch.
I need a moment to catch my breath. These guys still 3 wide. Justin Rott and Van Oostendorp side by side for the race lead. Kempf actually pushing Rott ahead. William Kempf, he's trying to figure out where his friends are. Justin Rott goes up in front of Van Oostendorp. May have gone too high up. It's fallen back. And now it's Van Oostendorp and Kempf side by side for the race lead. We're halfway, and again, this is just the first of 2 races. Olivia, are we still going to have voices for the second race?
I really don't know. I mean, again, it's the thing of the aggression that these 2 GOAT trucks are showing. I mean, we know there's a lot of GOAT drivers in the field, but Raw and Walls, both with the sort of classic GOAT racing scheme, they're the 2 fighting for the regular season title for that first round bye. They've been going for big moves, but they found themselves towards the back right now because they aren't always working out, and when they miss big. And you just end up getting dropped. There's a push from Walls into Rivers Jones, nearly causes a huge wreck in the back half of the field. The 18 just keeps it off that middle lane.
Tell you what, you need to find your friends and find them quick, as we are 21 down, 19 to go, and I'm looking. I mean, we've mentioned GOAT working with each other a lot. Well, how about this? Kerfen and the Radius Racing Machine leading that outside line. He's got Tristan Maher and Cody McCorkle, who technically are not Radius Racing, but satellite of Radius Racing. And so, you know, those 3, they are, I mean, technically teammates. They're working together. Does not have the numbers that GOAT has, but sometimes that's not necessarily the important thing. It's just being able to work as a team and trying to separate those GOAT racing drivers. Maher looking to get some air on that nose. As how about David Duran moving to the outside line?
I mean, we've got basically 1 Draft Master race left to go in this one. I don't know if you're thinking about teammate alliances, if you're thinking about which driver to try and set up a move with, to maybe they'll help me out later. I think at this point, this is a format that just encourages you to go, go, go. Gabe Cazzola and David Duran currently. Duran started in 14th place. He now leads without Kerfen giving him the push forwards. This is an all-out battle at the front of this group.
David Duran, we mentioned already, multiple wins at the restrictor plate style tracks, Daytona, Talladega. He's won them from having the field wreck in front of him and just, you know, watching the seas part as he goes through. He's won them from being up front. And right now, he is in control of this race. Might be. He's going to spin out. We're going to have a wreck. Up the track goes Gabe Cazzola. And caution is out. Oh, my goodness. Look at Alonso Chicano trying to save it. And I think that's going to ruin his chances to get the lucky dog as he spun around. But
it will also involve Justin Rohr, championship leader, and his truck is wrecked. The steering's off. He can't see where he's going. Let's have another look at how this happened at the front of the field. It just slingshots Gabe up into Rivers Jones, into Justin Rohr and that high side. And they have no time to even think about the incident, let alone react to it and somehow try to avoid it.
David Duran trying to come back down. Cazzola was there. David just barely got off the bottom too. I mean, it's a case of you're not going to lift if you're that truck behind. I want to go back through and watch from Roth's on board.
I mean, it's a tough situation because we are in the final run, but there's still 17 laps to go. I feel like lifting was an option, but it's definitely not expected in that situation. And yeah, I mean, Raw, absolutely no time to react to anything there. It just appears in front. And that could end up handing the championship lead over to Michael Wall potentially as we get done with this race. Because that's it's actually not a meatball somehow, but it's definitely a lot of damage on that number 76.
Oh yeah, that hood is gone. And he's going to need a really good second race and some misfortunes for Walls to try to secure his spot to have the regular season championship. Well, the hood just reappeared. Floating. Doing some Michael Jackson Thriller things, apparently. But at least the team won't have to go get a new one.
Yeah, I think the hood's the least of his concerns. That steering rack is in a rough state right now. A lot of drivers coming in for repairs here. Only 5 opting to stay out. Kerfen, Kempf, Poland, Durand, and Walls, knowing they've got enough, knowing they haven't taken much out of their tires, are going to opt to just stay out. Von Druster taking a cheap pit stop with the opportunity. Guarantees you are good for the green-white checkers, of course, in a situation like this. If we get to them, which we very well could. And then a few drivers taking long stints to get some damage onto them.
So I've been told by Tristan Maher to watch his onboard. Oh my goodness. Yeah, his hands were working there. So
yeah, he does get clipped by Gabe and has a little bit of damage on that left rear corner. That's what he came in for. He's got that fixed up now. But to have that at such high speed and hold on to it and keep it out of the wall, that is a little bit of skill and a whole lot of luck, I think, in whatever order you might consider them. It takes both in a situation like this, and
oh yeah,
we know Tristan's certainly got the steel for it.
Tristan, last season's champion, looking to try to go back to back. It's 14 laps to go. Going to be 13 when we take the green flag. Field is going 2 by 2. Alex Kerfan takes the bottom, and he's going to have teammate Justin Durand behind him in that number 5 JCTV Chevrolet. William Kempf takes the outside, and he'll have Levi Poland behind him, lining up for the restart. So, no GOAT in the top 4, but you don't have to go very far until you start finding them. And we know everybody is desperate at this point. You add in the fact that it's only going to be 13 laps to go, and, well, the chaos that we've already seen, yeah, I think it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, we I'd say we've got maybe 8 to 10 trucks that are in sort of full condition still. We've got a few that are very much going to be off the pace, I think, here. Raw has stayed on the lead lap. I've taken some repairs, but you can still see the left front, or the right front, I should say, through the bodywork, like through the hood. That's not just Ferrero, that's for sure.
No. Definitely
it's going to be a draggy car.
So he's just looking to get to the end of this one and have a fresh truck for that second race. Of course, the second race is going to happen shortly after this one gets over, and everybody will have brand new fresh trucks, just like this one never even happened as far as the trucks go.
The crew's a miracle workers for that, honestly.
Yes. Almost like having a fast repair. Pace truck is into the safety of pit road. Alex Kerfan, William Kemp, front row. The bottom line has the numbers from the choose. Green flag's back out, and it's a great jump from Kerfan and Justin Durand. Maybe too good as look at that outside line formed up. No, they jumped down to the bottom.
It was a great push from Justin. That's why they both went so well. And when you've got two in support, there's very little you can do to try and fight against it. They choose to slot in line there to try and find the run a little bit later on. You got Maher and Jones and Walls. They're going to go side by side, actually. They're not going to support each other. Now William Kemp pops back out to try and find the run in turn number 3. But a great restart from that inside groove. They timed that to perfection, and it gave them the advantage as we head through. But so quickly, you see William Kemp does get back to the race lead.
Kemp and Poland, they are teammates, and they are working together like they are teammates. As Kemp going to take the race lead, I think he did get credited with leading that lap. The outside line, it is more stacked together than that inside line. Look at Justin Durand, though, going to push Kerfan with everything he has. And that outside line of Maher trying to do anything he possibly can to get up here and help Kerfan and Durand.
Tristan has to cycle back. He now falls outside of the top 10. Alex Kerfan still leads on the low side. It's on the corner exit where you really see the outside line get that little bit of a slingshot when they can get back into that side draft. This time it's going to be Kerfan to the line first, and this matters. I know it's only one lap in the middle of the race, but this is a dress rehearsal. This is practice for that final run to the checker. You need to feel exactly the best way to be ahead at the line, and this is a great time to test those strategies.
I'll tell you what, if it were me, I'd want to be in Kemp's position and pray that it stays that way for the next 11 laps. Never mind, Poland gets turned. He's going to go to the outside wall. And how about Michael Walls doing the Zane Smith? Oh my goodness. He's going to barrel roll. Caution is out.
Lands on the wheels, but I don't think they're going anywhere fast. He's going to have to tow back to pit lane. And things do turn back in the direction of Justin Raw, but how did this happen up on that high side?
Is it just... Oh, yeah. Walls saw a hole. He went for it. And that turned, well, everybody behind.
Did he try and do that, or was Maher giving the support and just sort of forcing the number 7 through there? That could be a tough situation when you're in a group like that. Tristan was so close. I'm not sure whether there was a push, but either way, Walls is thinking he can't lift in that situation. And unfortunately, they just get to, he tries to go middle and isn't given the room because Poland just doesn't expect that in that moment.
Right on board with Tristan. Oh my goodness.
And like Tristan can't see much of what's developing at the front of that train. When you are in the group, you won't really know what's happening directly ahead of you. Tristan was just trying to be as close as possible to walls, I think, and then everything just sort of happened in an instant ahead.
I think it'll be okay. Not a lot of damage. And you know, the other one, Poland, as well. I think Poland's going to be okay out of all of that. Well, he's a lap down now. So officially, does Alonso Chicano get the free pass? He's rolling up like he has it. So, welcome to the lead lap for the first time tonight, Alonso Chicano. It's been a while, but, and I'm pretty sure, Olivia, you have never heard me say this, but I have compared Alonso Chicano to Joey Logano on these super speedways, and it hurts to say because I can't stand Joey Logano, and Alonso is a good friend of mine, but think of how aggressive Joey is, how he gets up to the front, how he controls these races. Alonso reminds me of that in his driving and how he does it. And he does it in such a fantastic way that you cannot count him out at all in these type of races. So, does Alonso Logano or Joey Chicano get up to the front?
I mean, with how well the nickname works between the two of them, maybe. I don't. He's not really run a competitive lap yet today. He's not warm. Can he just jump into what could be the final restart of the night and immediately start racing like he's been there the whole time? I don't know how sort of you flip that switch after spending the first 30 laps trying to find a caution to weave through.
I think he has seen enough. And, I mean, I agree. He has not put himself into the positions where he's been racing the way these guys have been racing. However, he's going to have Tristan Maher, teammate, probably right in front of him, depending on how Thornton chooses here, I assume. They might line up together. So he'll at least have a teammate that he can work with. Well, the other thing is, he's going to have to start behind everybody else as the lucky dog. A couple cars coming off pit road. But we are one to green. Kerfan, the race leader, he is going to have his teammate Justin Rand lining up beneath him. William Kempf. He has just been on fire lately. So has Cody McCorkle. Those two drivers winless this season, but both have had some really good runs and a lot of momentum coming their way. They're both hungry. Cody McCorkle actually had a chance to sweep a Talladega double a few seasons ago, running up front in both of them in the same night. I don't think claimed either one, but was there on the last lap in both. He might have gotten one. I can't even remember what season it was to look it up either, but Cody, he is a former winner in BSR. William Kemp's still looking for that first one. But, I mean, it is Talladega. If you're still in it, you can win it. It doesn't matter where you are. Steven Thornton in 9th place, even, can come up and steal a win out of this. Thornton is a driver that is quiet. But who knows? Maybe he comes up here and does steal the win. Lyndon Bingaman as well. Someone who's had a quiet night tonight. It's going to be 7 to go when we restart. pace truck going to make its way to the safety of pit road here in just a moment. And it'll be Kerfan and Kempf on the front row. Oh my. So they are coming through the tri-oval. They're going to get inside the restart zone. And the green flag's waving. We're back underway. 7 to go here at Talladega. In the first of the double.
Not quite as strong of the jump this time from Kerfen and Durand. It means Kemp stays alongside. Whether that actually minimizes the run off a turn 2, we'll see. But he's trying to build that up with Cody McCorkle behind. McCorkle actually goes out of line. He's going to drop Kemp into the middle. And Tristan Mahu is going to push the number 2 potentially to this race lead as they enter turn number 3.
Chicano Motorsports with PBR Manufacturing is the 3 trucks on that outside line. McCorkle, Maher, and Chicano himself. 2 Radius Racing trucks down to the bottom. They are controlling this race as they are coming to 6 laps to go. Kempf, he's lost his dancing partner. As Levi Poland is still in the pits. Can he figure it out without one? Southside line, Maher pushing McCorkle. They are trying to get themselves in control of this race.
We've only got 10 trucks left in this lead group. Everyone else too wounded to keep up. Chicano has worked his way up into 6th place when I was 3rd in that outside line. Can't really make a move just yet, but could be the driver that Kemp needs to try and slingshot back up to the front of the field. And then Stephen Thornton just handing a couple of tenths back, clearly waiting for the big one to happen ahead. There's 5 laps to go. A caution now would put us into overtime. And it's Alex Kerfman who leads. With Justin Durand going to make the move. Von Drooster tries to follow, doesn't have the gap. And that momentum just dies on the inside groove, and Durand runs to the front of the field with McCorkle in tow.
Durand going to pull to the bottom, give the advantage to the outside line as long as Maher can get up to McCorkle. A push on the bottom from Von Drooska into Kerfan. Actually going to help that inside line. A missed opportunity for McCorkle and Maher. McCorkle coming down, not quite trying to be aggressive with the side draft, but he's doing enough as he's actually going to have his nose just ahead of Justin Durand. I think Maher.
The drivers peeking out of line. They're looking for an opportunity here. But right now, Durand and Kerfman just have a chokehold on the lead of this race. McCorkle doesn't have the support that he needs right now. Maher is hope behind, but they're just not quite hooked up just yet.
I think Maher was kind of peeking to get some clean air on that nose. I don't believe he's looking to make a move, especially right now. They are coming 3 laps to go. Still Justin Durand leading this race. McCorkle trying so hard to get that number 2 machine out front. I think the numbers game, though, it's the bottom is where you want to be. As Kempf now jumping out of line. This is just going to hurt that middle line.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough trucks to make a 3rd lane work here. You've got to have those numbers, and the outside just is struggling for that. But McCorkle finds a little bit of a run here as we come towards 2 laps to go. You can see Maher still looking for a little bit of air on the radiator, trying to make sure to wait as late as possible before fully committing to this. We are going to have 2 laps here in race 1 at Talladega. Durand is clear, could throw a block. Von Drooster wants a move. You can see the movements, but just is boxed in on the inside line right now.
I think if Justin moves up, Vondruska is going to push Kerfan pretty hard so he can try to get himself into a position. But here comes that outside line. McCorkle, even with Justin Durand. David Durand actually moves to the outside line. Going to try to help these guys out. That stalls the momentum on the bottom. McCorkle leading. They are separated, though, as Maher now getting to the back tailgate of McCorkle.
And Vondruska looking for that 3 wide move. It's sort of hurted Kerfan's ability to push Durand down the backstretch there. They've gotten connected back again. We're at the white flag. We are going to race this one back. They're 3 wide for 6th place as Kemp drops back. But at the front of the field is Durand and McCorkle at the front. Kerfan pushing the low side. Maher trying to make that high side work.
McCorkle getting the side draft that he needs. Now he's pulling up off the track. Here comes Alonso Chicano and William Kemp to the outside. They're going to be 3 wide for the race lead. Justin Durand, I think, has the position he needs as that outside line fades. McCorkle no longer side by side with Justin Durand.
Look at how tight that second lane is pinching through 3 and 4. They want the momentum. Maher needs to give it everything here.
Little bump.
There's contact. There's a wiggle. It's not going to work out. It's going to be Durand who takes the win here at Talladega.
Oh my goodness. How about Justin Durand and Alex Kerfan 1-2 for Radius Racing? And McCorkle finishing 3rd. Oh my goodness. He did such a great job.
Yeah, McCorkle was sat just in one of those wildcard spots coming in here. So that is a very strong result. Really helps his hopes for the playoffs. What a finish that was. They were giving each other absolutely nothing through the tri-oval there.
No, not at all. That was an incredible battle, an incredible fight, and congrats to Justin Durand on getting that win. And guys, if you're watching at home, there's another one. There's still a whole nother race to go. But Justin Durand taking the win. And he is going to burn it down. Where the best tasting donut's going to be at Talladega.
They got a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
Durand came from 15th place to take this one. I mean, we know you can win from anywhere on a plate track, but great run from Justin to get to the front, get set up with Kerfan, who ends up holding on to 2nd place there. And that, I think, pretty much locks the number 30 into the playoffs as well. Fantastic work from them to hold off Cody there on the inside line.
Oh, yeah. That was incredible. You could tell a lot of drivers wanted it there, but it was Justin Durand who got it. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the unofficial results. Justin Durand taking the win. Alex Kerfan in 2nd. Cody McCorkle gets 3rd. Aaron Vondruska in 4th. Tristan Maher in 5th. William Kemp 6th. Lyndon Bingham in 7th. Alonso Chicano 8th. David Durand in 9th. And Stephen Thornton finishes in the 10th position.
It'll be Justin Rohr who ends up in 11th place after all that. Van Oostendorp, the last truck remaining on the lead lap. Jones Meyer fell 1 lap down, was wounded in those earlier incidents. And then Levi Poland, Michael Walls, Gabe Tizola, and Rivers Jones are retirements after incidents earlier on here tonight.
So we have some interviews to do, and we are going to start with our 3rd place finisher, Cody McCorkle. In just a moment. And Cody McCorkle, 3rd place finish for you tonight. Not the win you wanted, but still a good result for that first race. How intense was it out there?
I had people going crazy out there. A couple wrecks. Just typical Dega though. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was typical Talladega. Um, you guys really, I noticed the GOAT guys were just no holds barred with each other. Radius Racing, Chicano Motorsports was up there a little bit, but not being as aggressive. And was that kind of part of the strategy?
Yeah, you just got to make it to the end here to even have a chance, and let the other guys make the mistakes first.
Did you learn anything in this first race that you're going to be able to take into the second race?
Uh, just it seems like that third truck in line really matters. If I think I think Alonso pulled out to go for the win there, and once we lost him, it was kind of tough to even really do anything with the bottom line being formed up. So if you're gonna go for it, you got to have three trucks probably. Uh, you know, Hopefully we can get that going and win the next one.
All right, sponsor shout outs. Who gets it done for that
Uh,
third place run of yours?
Shout out you guys for putting on the broadcast and everybody that makes this stuff go.
All right. Well, congrats on the podium, and we'll see you here in just a few more minutes for race number 2.
Thank you.
That was Cody McCorkle, our third place finisher, and Olivia, I believe you have Alex Kerfan.
Alex, second place finish here in race number 1. Did a great job pushing Justin through on that inside line. Talk us through the team strategy there, just what the plan was once you two were together. Was there ever a consideration of splitting up and working on your own?
Just kidding.
Alex, do we not copy?
Oh, maybe something.
Oh, I came back at the right time. I came back and I'm like, wait a second. I think an interview's about to start.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is the first question?
You came home with a second place finish here today, pushing your teammate Justin Durand through for that race win. What was the team strategy there in the Radius camp, and was there ever a consideration or a chance to try and break out from underneath and try and get the move done yourself?
Oh yeah, I always had the thought in the back of my mind that I'm gonna try to screw over my own teammate, but in a good way, not like wreck him. But there's always that in the back of your head, like I want to win the race, but I knew that it was probably going to be a gridlock to the end, and since it was, I was dedicated to getting him the win. But he definitely owes me one the second race. And yes, the strategy, the entire race. It's always control with us. We like to get double file up front, able to control the rest of the race, and usually, I mean, pit stops weren't really a factor this time around because of the cautions, but we're usually on top of our pit strategy too, and yeah, overall good teamwork this race, and I look forward to the next race for sure.
Yeah, and of course, we're pretty sure that does lock you into one of the playoff spots. You were already pretty good for it, but now that you've got that guaranteed, does it mean you can race a little bit differently in race number 2?
I'm not going to race any different. I'm always racing for the win, and it feels kind of weird that the last time I won was Daytona at the beginning of the season, I think, and I definitely want to change that, so going to try as hard as I can.
Well, we wish you the best of luck in that. Go put on a show for us. If there's anything you want to say to the fans at home, now would be the time.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Keep watching. I don't want this league to die. I enjoy racing here. It's built a good thing we have here. Definitely don't want to see it die. And thanks to all my sponsors: Kerfans Market, C2 Graphics, Grid Network, Corewell Health. All my teammates for the great teamwork that race, and great broadcast, guys, as always.
Well, thank you so much, and good luck in race 2.
Thank you.
That was Alex Kerfan, your second place finisher for Radius Racing. I believe Josh Coppenall has just enough time to go and speak to the other Radius Racing driver on the podium, race winner Justin Durand.
And Justin Rand, you there?
I am.
All right. Well, hey, it was a big win for you tonight. I believe you're second of the season. You and Kerfan, well, really the entire team worked really good tonight. And you got yourself into position to control the last few laps. Now, you were sitting behind Kerfan and then pulled out a line, made the move. Was that orchestrated?
That was orchestrated by engine temperature. I had to pull out to get air.
Gotcha. I was wondering what you were doing there, but ultimately it worked out in the end. Were you worried at all that anybody else, with Cody McCorkle even on the outside line, that outside was going to be able to sneak ahead and maybe steal a win?
I thought he was gonna get by me because he did have two teammates behind him with Tristan and Alonso. I only had Alex, and that was the only the only teammate behind me. So I thought that the three over there on the outside were gonna work together to get uh, Cody in front. Didn't happen. Alex did a good job shoving. I was leaving him air in the corner, so he still could, shove the entire straightaway. Just we're all kind of glad that we didn't Toyota this and give the win to somebody else.
Well, now that you've got one out of the way, how do you approach race number 2?
Work with Alex. I kind of already told him that I do own one. There, he kind of shoved me and made sure I had the win there.
All right, sponsors, shout outs. Who gets it done for that winning number 5 machine?
Just thanking all the teammates worked together really well, stayed out of trouble, kind of gave us the numbers advantage at the end. To you two for broadcasting that. Hopefully, give another good show for the second one, and then everybody else that showed up tonight. We appreciate all 17 guys tonight.
All right. Congrats on the win, and good luck to you in the second race.
Thank you.
That was Justin Durand, your race winner. So, we still have another race to go. You are not going to have to switch streams. You can stay right here. However, we are going to step back so that Olivia and I can take a breather, get into the next session. It won't be long. I think it's going to launch at 9:10 Eastern, which is 2 minutes from now, and I believe a 10-minute practice session. So we've got 12 minutes until qualifying. And so we'll be back. I mean, it won't be long till we'll be back. So stay right here, and we'll have race number 2 of the night for you. And we welcome you back to Talladega for the MartinPC.com Talladega Double. Let's race to the second one. That first one was wild, and now we get a second one. Qualifying is starting for the second race. And it looks like it's going to be Gabe Cazzola, first one out on the track. So we'll see. We talked about 1 lap versus a 2 lap qualifying, and how it fares for drivers. I think they've been able to learn from that first one what they want to do for the second one.
Yeah, I think it really did seem like drivers on that second lap did find a little bit more, so we'll see if that holds true, or whether it was just the track being a bit better towards the end of the session, potentially. We did see the pole run quite late, I believe, in that first qualifying session. Then again, we also saw the winner come from 15th on the grid, so maybe not the most important lap of the race, but I think it does still award a point if you can take that pole position, so that's always nice to have. You get those bragging rights. You could potentially pick up a spot in the standings. The playoff situation's a little bit simpler, but for example, Justin Joanna Rivers-Jones are separated by 1 point right now for 5th place, and there are those bonus points that are given for regular season finishing position. That could come into play in the playoffs as we come through, and that qualifying point could be important.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to. Again, this is the last race of the regular season, so much to unpack, so much to figure out who's going to be where, and even who's going to be the regular season champion. Gabe Cazzola electing for that second lap qualifying time. So he is now down on the bottom. Curfan a 55.294. That's time they're chasing. Make that a 54.922. As it continues to shuffle around. Maher going top of the board.
And that's a very good lap. I think that's better than any pole lap we had in that first session. The conditions will play a factor in that, of course, but Tristan looking strong on lap number 1. We'll see if anyone can respond on lap 2 and find themselves in the 54.8s. As you see Gabe Zola taking that shortcut out, and Vondruska goes top of the board with a lap 1 time as well. Gabe comes through, and lap 2 goes even faster, 0.04 of a second ahead of Vondruska. So maybe it seems like that second lap might be just that little bit better here.
How about Curfan? Alex Curfan second in qualifying, and how does Tristan Maher fare? He doesn't.
Bit fastest, although needs a spare trut for the race, it looks like.
Cody McCorkle. He switched schemes on us. Not only a different truck, he's got a different scheme.
Sneaky, sneaky. And goes for pole as well.
How about that?
Fair play, Cody.
Justin Rott is coming to finish up his second lap. 11th quick so far, and he goes P5.
Yeah, track definitely faster than we had in that first qualifying session by about 0.2 of a second with those pole times. And it is the number 2 of Cody McCorkle, who currently leads the way, as I think that's actually going to be everyone's laps finished up for qualifying. So that is going to be Cody on pole for race number 2.
Yeah, only 15 seconds remaining in qualifying. Not enough time to go out there for Poland, Justin Durand, Thornton, Van Oostendorp, or David Durand. So we know who the pole sitter is going to be. That is Cody McCorkle. Third place finisher in that first race. He looked really, really good at the end. Just too little, too late. And we are going to go ahead and look at the starting lineup. No, we're not. Okay, starting on the pole. Of course, it is. Everything is right except the truck pictures, because
If you go into the spotter guide and refresh it, I think that'll get everything squared away. Because mine are being strange as well.
I don't know how to do that.
It's in the timing screen tabs.
Gotcha. Oh. Okay, hold on.
Doing it live here on JCTV. Never a dull moment, even as we're waiting for the drivers to get formed up for the grid.
Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm looking at. Anyway, how about this? Cody McCorkle on the pole. Michael Wall's going to start second. Rivers Jones, P3. Aaron Von Druska will start fourth. Justin Raw in fifth. Zach Probst did not race in race number 1. He's here for race number 2. He's going to start sixth. Gabe Kazol in seventh. Alex Kerfan 8th, William Kempf 9th, and Lyndon Bingaman will start in 10th.
Then we will have Tristan Maher lining up in 11th, David Durand and Justin Durand 12th and 13th, with Von Oostendorp, Poland, and Thornton rounding out the field for tonight's race. We mentioned Probst hopping in for one final shot. It looks like Von Oostendorp has not come with a second truck for race 2, and also that suspension we mentioned for Alana Chicano is going to be served in this race, and that is going to play a factor in our playoff discussion. So, the situation as things stand, our top 10 drivers in points once Kruger
I don't know. We're still here? If I've lost Olivia, if Olivia's lost me. But anyway, you're looking at the point situation. Maybe we'll come back to that here in a minute. If we get time. But I don't really know what's going on. So, base truck. It's going to come into the safety of pit road. Cody McCorkle, Michael Walls on the front row. Jones and Von Druska, row 2. We're getting ready for the second race of this Talladega double. As they are inside the restart zone, green flag waves. We're underway for race number 2 at Talladega. And we are joined by Good Morning Vietnam there, but Discord soundboards. But anyway, this race He's under green. Here comes Micah Walls to the outside line. And these drivers, they are going just as crazy as they did at the start of that first race. Aaron Von Druska pushing Walls. Corkle being pushed by Jones.
And that is lap number 1 in the books. Cody McCorkle taking that first lap.
Welcome back.
Apologies, I may have tripped over a wire in the virtual broadcast booth, but we are back. Did you get the playoff spiel that I gave, or do
Not
I
a
have to
word.
explain? Essentially, to keep in brief reminder, it is Stephen Thornton, Aaron Von Druska, who currently runs in the 3rd position, Levi Poland, and Zach Prost. If any of those drivers win, they come in as a wild card to the playoffs and displace Alonso Chicano. Everyone else in the top 10 in points right now is locked in and will be in the round of 10. And oh my goodness, we are 3 wide already.
They were 4 wide for a moment. Van Oostendorp, he was doing this in the first race. This is what cost him an opportunity to have a clean truck. But he's out here saying, you know what? New truck, new race. We're out here trying to win, and here comes Gabe Casola. These guys literally are still doing the same thing that they were doing in race number 1.
It does have a bit of a last day of school air to it. Drivers know there's a points reset coming up. They know it's a 40-lap plate race, which is not necessarily the most sort of hardcore format necessarily. And they are very much having fun with it. And Travis Van Oostendorp charged through from 14th on the grid, bear in mind, and led lap number 2. Leads 3 as well.
These guys are going absolutely crazy, and you know, Zach Probst is right up there in the middle of it all. He wasn't a part of race number 1, so if you're Probst, hopefully you know a little bit about what happened in race number 1.
And if you're Probst, you need a win here.
Yes.
A win brings you into the playoffs from out of nowhere. Because this is your 10th start. You need 10 starts to claim a wild card. This is start number 10 for Zach.
He's got a good set of teammates that could potentially help him get a part of that Chicano Motorsports PDR manufacturing team. He still is leader of that middle line, but it is Van Oostendorp leading the race. Wall's going to get clear as well from that middle line. Or rather, the outside is... There is no 3 lanes at the moment. Not yet, at least.
Why did you say
LOL.
anything? Now Justin Wood's gone.
I can see the future.
I mean, it felt inevitable with how these drivers been running tonight.
It was
It's not
only
working
better.
great for him, though. He's not got the momentum right now. Gabe is the only truck behind and is sort of struggling to get it working right now. Now, actually has found a little bit of ground. And they are going to move just about alongside your 2 race leaders as we come on to lap number 6. And a big shot into turn number 1.
So 3 wide for the race lead. And Oostendorp, Probst, and Rott. And this feels like the calmest it has been with everybody still in the running order.
Yeah, remember, this is not a fuel-safe formation, like you may have seen in other plate races. They have like, it's a 1 stop, but they definitely can't make it 40 laps on a tank. This is full push. They are just scrapping for position that aggressively, and it has now collapsed a little bit. Van Oostendorp, but there's the move from McCorkle. Gonna give Zach Probst a car to push on that second lane.
And they're teammates, so I like this. McCorkle, he wants to control this race. He's now got a teammate behind, and here comes Rivers Jones. Oh, contact! Oh, they're gonna wreck.
As Vondruska, is that going to bring down a caution? It is now. My, oh my.
Completely missed most of what just happened there.
I mean, it seems to all be around Aaron there, so that's going to be the trip to watch. It's getting up, gets the move ahead. I think reacts to it, but isn't clear on the low side. Bang, bang, bang. And then doesn't have the room on the inside as Durand tries to move back up. I don't know what to say. Hey, what? I think if we look very closely here, you see Jones move up. It was a shot from Poland behind, it looks like. There was a little bit of a check-up to let Jones move in. Poland doesn't have that reaction. And it just shoots him down the racetrack just into the 17, which unsettles the 88 and sends him back up. But of course, it's then just bang, bang, bang into Bingaman next. And then Durant, who's trying to shoot the apron, is the last party involved. I say that, never mind, God gave Trizolo at the end of it as well.
So, 2 trucks in pit road, being Tristan Maher and Lyndon Bingaman.
Yeah, Bingaman was actually already eliminated from playoff contention. Didn't have the 10 starts needed for the wildcard spot. So, we got one truck that was already locked in, one truck that was already out. And drivers are going to pit here because we are at the edge of the fuel window. I also think this is going to be lap 8 that they're finishing right now, because of course pit road is before the start-finish line. Lights are still on the pace car, so this is going to stretch to lap 10 for the restart. I think that means that that caution will be declared as the end of the stage. So a very early stage finish. We're going to restart with exactly 30 laps to go. And so, yeah, this is a perfect time to fuel up and go to the end.
Yes. And a lot of drivers getting damaged in that one, too. Going to be interesting to see. I mean, even with some damage repair, how some trucks might be affected. But, you know, the one thing that really stuck out to me is, again, that was a lot of the GOAT members involved in that one.
It just hasn't been their day, it seems like, and it does open up the chance for Radius Racing to try and sweep the plate races this season. We, of course, had Kerfen winning the season opener at Daytona. We had that win just a few moments ago from Justin Durand in the first Talladega race. If they can get the second one, then that is a level of dominance from Radius Racing on these plate tracks to rival what GOAT have managed everywhere else.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy to see how this plays out. And if Radius can, you know, get that win, sweep the plate races, or another team kind of steals it away. Still 5 trucks on pit road. Vondruska, Kempf, Poland, Bingaman, and Maher. Not seeing any movement on pit road. And now I do. Vondruska and Kempf gonna start rolling.
I'll put 3 trucks 1 lap down, including Levi Poland, who was in a must-win situation. That truck is going to be 1 lap down only because he was able to drive it back. Other drivers with meatballs and forced to tow. So if he can get going and stay 1 lap down, then a caution could bring him back into contention here. But that is a beaten and battered truck on the front end especially.
So the choose cone into effect. McCorkle takes the bottom as well as Zach Probst. So you have the Chicano Motorsports PBR Manufacturing teammates on the bottom. And GOAT drivers, 2 of them taking the outside line up front. Radius Racing, Kerfan, and Justin Rand take the bottom. David Rand, who's an independent, on the outside. The 2 more GOAT drivers on the outside with Cazzola and Rott. So everybody kind of looking for their teammates right now. It is going to be, as you mentioned, 30 to go when we go back green. It is time for drivers to start figuring out what they're going to do. We know everybody can make it on fuel from here on out. Pace car makes its way down to pit road. McCorkle and Jones, front row. They are in the tri-oval. In the restart zone, green flag out. We're back underway at Talladega. Oh.
And McCorkle immediately, a little squirrely, with that bump from Zach Probst behind. They've got to be careful as they build momentum here. They're struggling to get it lined up through turns 1 and 2. It's really the exit where you've got to have that strong shot to keep your line ahead. But it looks like Michael Walls has the push to Rivers Jones, and they are going to take advantage of that little miscommunication. They're through for the race lead. They're 3 wide behind Cazzola and Durand on the outside there. Cazzola will slot back in. But yeah, great restart from the outside line. They need to try and find another run here, though, to retake that advantage.
Go with David Rand on that outside line. Radius and Chicano Motorsports on the inside line. And then some stragglers trying to find their way up. Rivers Jones. He's going to get clear, come down in front of Cody McCorkle. And look at
Durand gets
David
on the
Durand.
outside as well.
Oh, Jones going up to block Michael Walls. He now gets stuck all the way on that outside line.
And we saw a big block from Jones in the last race, and it didn't end well for the 18. This time, he survives it, but he's at the tail end of the group now. He needs help from David Durand to stay in touch. And might actually slot in here behind Stephen Thornton for 10th position.
Heavy.
It's aggressive move so early from Rivers Jones here.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And there's heavy side drafting going on from that outside line as they're trying 4 wide. They are going to be 4 wide. Michael Walls almost coming down on Gabe Cazzola. They figure it out. Back to 3 wide. These GOAT guys, they're cutthroat tonight.
I said it's that last day of school energy. It feels very fast and loose. There comes the run from Walls again with Gabe Cazzola ahead. The inside line's just sitting here, I mean, happy that they have the advantage through that, but also hoping there's no spin down the racetrack if there is contact. They just need to hold their groove. There's the move from Justin Raw again. We're only a third of the way through this race. We're 3 laps into this restart.
These guys don't care. So here, 3 wide for the race lead, 3 wide, well, 2 rows deep. That outside line has a little bit more help than that middle. Justin Rott, he's going to lead. And almost clear. Rott goes all the way to the bottom. Cazzola thought he was clear. My goodness. Guys, I still need my voice for 26 more laps.
And now Jones is, not Jones, Walls is stuck on the high side. Merges back in, but there's big closing speed to Von Oostendorp. He has to leave the lane. Realizes that the 23 was charging through super quickly. And falls to the tail end again, but we've seen how fast they can work back through towards the front of this group. As it's maybe settled for a little bit now, just in raw on that inside line. And a big run from Gabe Zola and Rivers Jones on the outside.
Alex Kerfan pulls out a line. Kerfan, 4th in that middle line. Van Oostendorp and Walls, they were on the high side, go down to the middle line. A lot of shuffling going around, but it's mostly all those Go drivers. 25 to go.
It's just incredible how quickly the momentum swings in what is ultimately quite a small pack at the front of this group here. Zola and Kempf shot to the front. Now they disconnect. Zola has to slot in that inside line, and Kempf is left out to dry. It looks like the two on the top are going to move down. That's Van Oostendorp and Walls into the middle groove. And Gabe Zola, who we've seen be aggressive all night long, has made some big moves to the front of the field here, and now has Justin Roth for company.
These drivers are, well, still trying to figure it out. 3 wide for the race lead. Cazzola, Walls, and Rott. And Kempf is in the middle of it all.
I mean, if you're Walls and you see the shenanigans happening ahead of you, you take the whole shot and hope that you can make it work. The momentum's not going to be enough, but he's going to block Justin Roth here. Get the push from the high side. William Kempf is wondering what happened. And they're going to merge down into that middle lane, but Roth can't get the merge, and they're to be side by side, and then Cazzola moves up to the middle.
Rod almost caught the wall. I'm looking at those Radius guys who have dropped out of this.
And they're still well in the draft, and I think they smell a caution and a big wreck coming ahead here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at the block there from Cazzola on Van Oostendorp. Maybe just a little attack in the corner, and they got drifted up the racetrack. But it's just, these lines are so unpredictable. You never know what the car ahead's going to do in this situation.
Corkle takes the lead. He's got Probst behind him. Teammates, as we mentioned. Then it's William Kempf, who kind of on his own now. David Rand is on his own, and then you got Goat scattered all around. This is the first time we've seen single file, and I don't think it's going to last for long.
I would imagine as soon as Gabe gets this run, he might pop out of line. Doesn't quite have the momentum worked out. It's just about timing that slingshot once you are single file. I mean, you could have the question of, sitting in line for a bit, letting the laps tick down, but I don't think they're interested in that, because there they go once again. Walls doesn't join them, finally gets in line. Was almost looking middle 3 for a moment. And it's Rivers Jones and Dave Cazzola who are just charging their way straight back to the front of the field. And we are going to have lap traffic in a moment, so they better get out of 3 wide at least.
They do so. Almost out of 2 wide, just Walls and Van Oostendorp. Well, never mind. Kempf and Rod joined them on the outside line, but it's easier to do 3 wide here at Talladega.
Yeah, there's a nice amount of room. Bautista will pull to the apron down the backstretch, but they're dooring each other for second place are Walls and Cazzola. So there's a chance they could have wrecked down the racetrack anyway. They get past, and they're 3 wide for 6th place at the back of this group as Gabe moves up, and Jones goes for the block but can't make it stick. That's going to kill the momentum of the inside lane.
I don't think Cody liked the fact that Jones came back down right in front of him either. Saw that big wiggle. And Cazzola, they're going to split him. Kempf moves to the middle to push Cazzola. Big shot, he wiggles, but keeps it straight.
Yeah, Dave just ended up between 2 lanes. It looked like he was doing it actually completely out, but Kempf came to the rescue and is going to try and push him straight back through that hole in the middle. Back to the lead of this race, and he's already going to be level for 2nd place here. As the top side dies down and Walls slots back in, there's another block in turn 3. It's going to do the same thing, but more trucks are going to follow Jones. It looks like this is... I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say.
I have never seen anything like this. 9 trucks. It's just 3 by 3. There's still 19 to go. We are just past halfway.
I can only describe it as a draft master lobby. This is how they're racing this. There is no holds barred whatsoever. They're throwing everything on the line. They're staying 3 wide with a big push to Travis Van Oostendorp. But we are so far from the checkered flag, and there's so much risk in a situation like this that eventually you're going to roll snake eyes and we're going to have a big wreck. We're too far from the end to consistently hold this for another 15 minutes.
Oh, those Chicano Motorsports guys, they moved to the middle. They saw the run happening. Now they are going to pull back down to block. Great awareness as to what's going on. That kind of calms things down for a moment. It's only 2 trucks in the middle and 1 all the way on the outside. So McCorkle and Probe still in control of this race. They have David Durand right behind in tow still. And then Kempf. Jones and Roth, they're trying to get the momentum back in their favor as Cazzola and Van Oostendorp are going to pull to the outside line, get with their GOAT teammates, maybe? Peeking. Nope, they stay in the middle. Well, except Van Oostendorp and Walls.
It's that move from McCorkle and Probst. It was essentially a 2-car coordinated block on the middle line. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. It worked well in that situation, but they couldn't execute it a second time. Now they've got Justin Raw leading that line, and it's going to be up to McCorkle to push the 76 through for now. But they are 3 wide. Again, it's going to be Van Oostendorp trying to make that top side work, and Michael Walls, nothing to lose, is going to try and help seemingly whoever is trying to make something strange happen. And then you've got Kerf and Durand and Thornton who are just watching. They've been betting on a caution for 10 laps now. It's not happened yet, but they're still not comfortable moving up into this pack.
And I don't blame them. If I'm in this race, I'm probably going to do the same thing as them. Stay just close enough to be in the draft. Ugh. And Oostendorp and Walls on the outside line. Cazzola, Kempf in the middle. And everybody else on the bottom. Led by Rivers Jones.
The one thing I'll say about Jones is, if he's going to make blocks that aggressive and that sudden, it's good he's picked a high visibility truck to do it in, so everyone knows exactly where he is at any time.
Yeah.
She's got the purple accents on the 76 as well behind. we are in the month of October now, and it's nice to see these drivers showing support for what is such an important cause ultimately.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pretty popular in the month of October. A lot of drivers will do so. Justin Rott, he moves to the outside line. He's going to leave Rivers Jones behind, and here comes McCorkle and Probst. Don't tell them I forgot their names. So much going on.
And those two are just moving as one unit right now. We saw the double block. There's the double pop from underneath Rivers Jones, trying to leave the 18 behind, maybe have the chance to merge. But they don't quite get it lined up that time, and now
Oh my
Probst is going to be
goodness.
stuck in a rough and a hard place. They're 4 wide into turn number 1.
They sort it out. Walls tries to get underneath Probst. Probst goes down to the bottom. McCorkle leading this race, followed by Jones, David Rand, and Probst moves to the outside. So does Jones.
It is 13 laps to go at the line. Not 1, not 3. 13. It is going to be Rivers Jones leading this second lane. It's going to be Michael Walls trying to make the outside work, but it's not quite going to happen. Zach Probst pushing, but Rivers Jones now moves to the low side ahead of Cody McCorkle. And I think if you would take a drink every time that Jones has made a move, you would be on the floor by now.
Oh yeah. Now you have Zach Probst leading that outside line. Him and McCorkle no longer connected. But Probst, he needs to win. And he is got himself into a position for the race lead. He jumps out in front of Rivers Jones. And I assume Jones going to pull out a line here momentarily to get with his GOAT teammates. He wants to try to lead this race, and that could get them. Yeah, there he goes. So that puts the Chicano Motorsports guys right there, back nose to tail. In
Jones
different
is left
positions.
behind, but Houstendorp is going to help. Lapper wheeled it out of the way once again. I think a lot of drivers just having a blast, having this sort of racing. This is so critical for Zach Probst. He needs to stay clean in this and be at the front when the bell rings. I don't know what's going through his mind, seeing everything that's happening around him.
All I can see is welcome to Talladega. You have no idea what happened to the first. He is definitely getting initiated into this in the second one.
And meanwhile, Stephen Thornton trying to do the Stephen Bradbury, sitting in the wings, hoping to slot through a bid one. Also in a must-win position, but using his traditional patient strategy. And it's a surprise that Kerfman and Durand, who were up front in the last race, 1-2, are joining him, waiting for that wreck to happen ahead.
Patience. Patience, the name of the game for them, is what they're hoping. I mean, the fact that these guys have not wrecked is incredible. We still have only had one caution at this point. 11 laps to go. They are coming to 10 to go. Van Oostendorp and Jones on that outside line with Kempf. Probst leading the race. He's got help with McCorkle. Oh, contact!
Contact! Kemp does a great job holding on to it after getting hit in the left rear by Michael Walls. Seven, of course, pulls it straight down low to give the 09 room. We have a lucky escape here with 10 laps to go. How much longer can they keep this going? Can they make it another 26 miles?
No. No, they cannot.
Well, we were thinking they couldn't make it the first 52, and they have.
Oh, I think the aggression is just going to get more and more as they're... I mean, just look at that! Rivers Jones blocks high and almost got sideways. Probst moving up. He stays slow. Maybe just helping McCorkle get some air. Bottom line has the numbers gained with 4. Well, middle line gets 4 now.
And there's 4 behind. They could deal themselves in whenever they like. And at some point, they're going to have to get involved and pick a line. That could change the dynamic of this massively. I mean, they could try and make that topside work if they can get organized and get that run. It is Van Oostendorp moving to the lead with Michael Walls pushing. And Walls will be making a lot of moves to support anyone. Rivers have been making every move at the front of the field, it feels like. It's just such intensity with drivers making super unpredictable moves. Van Oostendorp thinks about the block, doesn't commit to it. Jones is going to have the run now on the top side with Raw in tow. And they're going to move into the race lead with Cazzola. How many will clear and how many will move down?
Tell you what, it kind of looked like McCorkle and Probst wanted to go to the high line. Kempf kind of filled that in. I'm not sure if they did want to go up there or not. McCorkle's kind of peeking. So everything is single file at the moment with just Kempf out there.
Those 3 all got the gap and cleared to the front of the field. Great move from Jones, Raw, and Cazzola. How do they defend now they're in the lead with 7 laps to go?
Here comes Kerfan, Justin Rand, and Stephen Thornton once again. Look at this. I think this might be orchestrated here. Kerfan moving to the outside line. I'm surprised McCorkle doesn't go with him.
It is now go time for everyone in this group. It's been go time at the front for about 20 laps now, but it is now a pack of 12. How do they manage that additional momentum at the front of the field? It is Jones and Van Oostendorp side by side drafting through turn 4, and Van Oostendorp gets a big run with the help of William Kempf.
They all go down to the bottom almost. Kempf stays on the outside line. And Probst, he goes outside. McCorkle goes out there as well. So does Kerfan. So does Justin Durand. Kempf stuck in the sucker hole, but these 4 drivers from Radius and Chicano Motorsports working together. This is David Durand kind of separating the GOAT guys. The heat is on. 6 to go. They will come to 5 at the line. So they are inside turns 3 and 4. I still don't know if they can go green to the end, Olivia.
I don't know. I mean, again, if there's a caution out, it takes into overtime. We got Kemp got shuffled back, but we've seen the move from Kerfen and Durand. They were so good on execution at the end of the first race. They've now got to make an attempt. Cazzola's going to try and box them in by going to the outside line, making it work with Kemp going 3 wide. Zach Probst again leads. If he wins, he's in the playoffs and knocks out Alonso Chicano at the last moment. He's going to block the high side of McCorkle. There's a shot from Cazzola and almost pushes the pusher. They hold on to it, but Probst immediately moves back to Alex Kerfen and Justin Durand. It is 3 by 3 at the front of the field. McCorkle looking for some side draft, but they are in lockstep right now. Van Oostendorp on the low side has the advantage as we come out of turn number 4, coming to 4 laps to go here at Talladega.
Now, I want to point out, too, you talked about if Probst wins, that will push Alonso out. Alonso is ex-team owner. Are you wearing the team owner cap right now saying, go, Zach, go? Or are you being selfish and saying, no, Zach, no?
I don't think Alonso has much of a say in the matter, but which side of the Denny Hamlin coin he would fall right now. He's got such a lead, but he's got Kerfen behind who might try and take it from him.
Everybody.
And we are hearing from Tristan and chat. Probst might not be able to make the playoffs anyway, so it might not matter in the end. This could just be for glory, and what glory it'd be.
Oh, man. Outside line has the numbers game. With Probst leading, however, Van Oostendorp and David Rand, they are ahead. But outside line now has the momentum. Probst once again gonna pull ahead. What does Probst do here? Justin Rand moves up to block Justin Rott. I think if you're Probst, you've got to go to the outside line. Too little, too late. Now Durand is there. Three wide for the race lead. Kerfan pushing Probst, Rott pushing Durand, and you have, other Durand, David Durand pushing Van Oostendorp on the bottom. I think advantage high side, though.
Yeah, you've got Raw, you've got Jones, you've got Tazol. They've been so aggressive all day long. They're now trying to give that push. It is Durand and Raw who go to the low side. Probst still holding the middle, has a run back now. What can Jones and Tazola do on the high side? Do we make it back to the white? Will we race this one out? A big move from Justin Raw on Zad Probst. We come through the tri-oval, coming to the white flag in the
Oh my!
Yes, he does!
Oh my goodness! White flag is waving! How was there not a wreck?
I have no idea. If there's a wreck now, we will race through it to the checkered flag. It is Justin Durand looking to go back to back here. He's got Van Oostendorp for company this time. David Durand behind. Zat Probst fading in that outside lane. And David Durand goes for the move. Van Oostendorp can't get the push on Justin. We're going to turn 3 and 4. It's going to be Justin and David side by side for the race lead.
Older brother and younger brother. Side by side. Justin ahead. David gets pushed out of line. Van Oostendorp moves out of line. So does Probst. They're going to be 3 wide. Justin Rand gets spun. He goes up in the air. It's going to be a drag race, I think, between Cazzola and David Rand. Justin Rott's going to get it. Justin Rott wins this race. Wow. How?
He should have been red coming to the white flag. He holds it. And he slices through everything to take the race win.
How? Oh my goodness. Are you not entertained?
I am speechless. That's a bad thing for a commentator to be.
Oh my lord. Race of the year.
Celebrations for your race winner and regular season champion. Let's not forget, it's a good day to be a Justin. And it's the number 76 who closes out the regular season with his 4th win in the calendar after a huge save coming to the white flag. The seas part and Justin takes home the checkered flag. What a performance. Wow.
I'm out of breath. I'm not necessarily speechless, I'm just out of breath. Oh my goodness.
they made it to the tri-oval without wrecking. And then it was that move from Kemp. He saw a gap on the inside of Justin Durand. It was the only opportunity that the 09 had. He goes for it, and everything just comes to a head from there. Everyone gets caught up in it, except for Justin.
I just... Wow. Let's go ahead and take a look at the race results. Justin Rott with the win. Gabe Cazola finishes second. David Rand in third. Zach Probst in fourth. William Kemp finishes fifth. Alex Kerfan sixth. Michael Wall seventh. Cody McCorkle eighth. Stephen Thornton ninth. And Travis Van Oostendorp in 10th.
Durand actually can't make it back to the line and ends up finishing one lap down, as does Rivers Jones in the number 18. Von Juster caught up in that first incident, keeps it rolling, but ends up 3 laps down in 13th. And then Poland, Bingaman, and Maher all forced into a retirement from that first caution. We went green from there, somehow, some way, and making it through all of it in the final lap was Justin Raw, your race winner.
We have some interviews to do, and I'm not sure we're going to hear from David, our third place finisher. So we'll go ahead and start with second place finisher Gabe Cazola. And Olivia, I believe you have Gabe.
Gabe, so close, and yet so far in that one. 5 100ths at the line, but you had to slice your way through that final wreck as well. Talk us through just that entire final run, how intense it all was, and what you were expecting as we came through to the final lap.
We were just kind of like throwing things at the wall for most of that run, and nothing stuck until about 5 to go. And then at that point, we were kind of stuck. I was stuck in the back, and then I tried getting up to the front, didn't work. So at the end, I was like, "Well, I just gotta hope that they wreck." They did wreck, but I just I was close. But I know, and they wrecked, and I avoided it. But Justin got a little bit got through a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, you had to slow down about maybe 8 miles an hour, and Justin didn't. That was all of the difference. But a fantastic run for you. You put it on the line all night long. You end up coming up with a second place finish. Does that give you some confidence as we head into the playoffs now?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I went into this race not knowing even if I was gonna make, or I guess the 2 races if I was gonna make the playoffs. But I've been on a really good run here, and I feel like I just can continue. If I can continue into the playoffs, I can definitely get to the championship 4.
Yeah, of course. The first round being Homestead, New Hampshire, and Chicagoland. Some fairly traditional racetracks there. How are you feeling about going through those into the round of 7?
I feel great about Homestead and Chicago. New Hampshire is what scares me there a little bit. I've not been great there, but if I can get a solid run at New Hampshire, I feel like I can do good enough at Homestead and Chicago to make the round of 7.
All right, well, we will wish you all of the best for that. Congratulations on a fantastic result tonight. If there's anything you want to say to the fans at home, now would be the time.
I was going to shout out to Justin for winning the race there, and shout out to Rivers and Travis and Micah there, just working with me the entire race.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
That was your second place finisher, Gabe Cazola. Josh is now standing by with race winner, regular season champion, the whole shot king, Justin Raw in the 76.
Yes, indeed I am. And Justin Rott, oh my goodness, what a race that was. First of all, coming to the white flag, you should have died at least 3 times. I mean...
Oh my god.
What was going through your mind?
I don't really know. We were just trying to split them up on coming to the white. We were just trying to split them up that whole little lap or so before the white. just so because we knew Probst needed a win, and we were just trying to get them not to just push Probst to the win, so we all had a shot at it. And I mean, he ran a pretty good race, anyways, that whole time staying up front, and that whole race was a absolute blast. With no cautions or anything, except I think we had won, but like, oh my god. Yeah, the save. I didn't look back at it, but I know it was crazy. I'm still just sitting in my truck right now, walking around my room. That was crazy. I couldn't believe I saved that, and then somehow that kind of catapulted me, obviously to last, but then everyone wrecked in front of me, so it just kind of saved my race completely just by being in the back, which you take them how you can get them.
Absolutely. And one thing, I noticed in the first race, you guys from GOAT were throwing haymaker after haymaker on each other and racing each other super hard, and it ultimately resulted in one of you guys not claiming the win in the first race. I'm thinking in the second race you guys might change things up, be a little bit more organized, not throw so many haymakers, but I was wrong. You guys were still doing that. I mean, just, was there obviously not any team orders per se, and I wouldn't expect team orders, but I mean, just what was the mindset throughout, coming into these races? Obviously, every single one of you wanted to control this race.
I told you pre-race, go out there and have fun, and that's what all of us did. I mean, the first race, we pretty much all wrecked out of it, which sucked. But that was just kind of circumstantial. Dave kind of killed everyone, and because he didn't want to lift on lap like 9, but and then Travis had the stage 2, and I got the stage win. Oh my god! In the same way, they all just kind of wrecked next to me. And then the second race. I mean, I really liked what Alex and Justin were doing in that second race. For them to try to win, to just sit back, enjoy the mess in front of them, and just thinking they're gonna wreck, we're all gonna wreck, and I thought we were too. I cannot believe we didn't wreck until 100 feet before the line. But like mindset, no, we all helped each other, and then just kind of left each other out the whole time. It was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of just like us in the call together anyways. Like Probst was up there, Kempf was up there, and I guess Cody, he kind of just chilling on the bottom most of the time, him and Probst, I feel like. But they were racing pretty hard, and it was just a lot of fun. We all have a lot of trust in each other, so there's a couple times we definitely could have completely died in both races, racing each other that hard. But again, we have a lot of trust in each other to do this, so no reason to really back off. Is not that the races didn't mean anything, and there's a lot of people racing for a lot of everything, but just really just wanted to have fun and thought we could do so without wrecking, and for the most part, I'd say we did a good job of that.
That was pretty incredible, for sure. And I want to now focus on the future. You have officially taken the regular season championship, so how much weight does this take off your shoulders for the first 3 races?
Absolutely all of it. I mean, I don't think I even have to show up. I'll be here all 3 of them if I'm, available. But going for more playoff points to just set me up nicely. I got 5 more of them. I got 6 more of them today, I guess. So I should have a pretty big buffer over the cutoff line when it comes around. But yeah, going for wins, going for stage wins, and really don't have to stress too much about where I finish at all in points race. And that really ate at me last season because that was my first playoff appearance here in this league. I went into those races that in the first round just terrified that I was going to wreck, and I was just underdriving or overdriving. I just really did not have a great first round after a pretty good regular season. So don't have to worry about that at all, and can just focus on getting Micah, Rivers, Gabe, and think that's all of us into the next round.
All right. Well, sponsors, shout outs. Who gets it done for you?
Shout out Gabe on the second place finish, and I don't want to say indirectly giving me that win. He very directly gave me that win coming to the line. Rivers, a lot of fun. We were messing with him around. Every time we'd get to Rivers, we'd just completely leave him out. He was getting a little upset, but all in good fun. Travis, he was a lot of fun to race with all the races. Micah. Jared was in the call shout. Jared. Buick, Jurg, Steven, Gabriel, all racing Nitro. Duncan, he's on the team, probably sitting at home doing nothing. Shout out to you guys up in the booth and everyone for putting this on for us every week.
All right, go celebrate that win, that regular season championship, and congrats on all of that tonight. That was incredible.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks. That was Justin Rott, your race winner and your regular season champion. We know who the playoff drivers are going to be. And, of course, obviously, Justin Rott, he will be in it. We already knew he was locked in, as well as Micah Walls. And the other drivers that join them are Alex Kerfan, Tristan Maher, Rivers Jones, Justin Durand, William Kempf, Cody McCorkle, Gabe Cazzola, and Alonzo Giocano. The one thing that stands out to me, Olivia, is 2 of those drivers, out of the 10 that I just listed, 2 of them are former champions, with Tristan Maher and Alonzo Giocano.
Yeah, it is going to be very interesting to see if they can defend a crown or whether we are going to have a new name on the trophy. I mean, Justin Raw has 4 wins on the season, has been so strong, and gets a free ride through the first round. If he's not the favorite, then I don't know who is, but this is the thing about this format. Anything can happen once we get into the playoffs.
Yes, absolutely. Going to be a whole lot of fun to see how things stack up from here as we head into the playoffs. Olivia, final thoughts from tonight, if you have caught your breath and recollected your thoughts.
It was incredible to see, and when we heard from that, it was clearly the drivers having a lot of fun out there with the racing, able to push to the absolute limit of wrecking while keeping in the right direction, keeping green, and it set us up for one of the most incredible finishes that I think we've ever seen in this series. They're going to remember that one, and what a way to finish out our regular season.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I really think this is race of the year. And we've had some pretty exciting races this year. But how do you top that? I mean, that was incredible. Talladega did not disappoint tonight. Congrats to both Justin Durand and Justin Rott on their race wins. And wow, yeah. So, quick look at the schedule. We have Homestead to start the playoffs. That is going to be a great place, I think, to start playoffs for these guys. Followed by New Hampshire and Chicagoland. That makes up the round of 10. Round of 7, Charlotte, Martinsville, and Auto Club, where we will then have the Final Four for the 2008 Old Atlanta. And that one's going to be pretty exciting to watch as well. I'm excited. Great schedule for these playoffs. So, yeah, 1 week from tonight is going to be Homestead. Start of the round of 10 right here on JCTV at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, that is. So tune in to that one. I'm really excited to be back here bringing it to you guys with Olivia, as always. So that's going to do it from us here at Talladega. And on behalf of the entire outstanding crew at JCTV, with Olivia Hayward, I'm Joshua Coppernell, signing off, saying so long, stay safe, and have a great rest of your night. Take care.